Okay, video we're going to make today is we're going to field strip a Glock. Seems like a dumb video to make, but there may be somebody out there who doesn't know how. Mostly new shooters. A lot of people seem to buy Glocks for their first pistols. They're usually pretty highly recommended. So anyway, the first thing you want to do is make sure that it's unloaded. So you can see the magazine is out. You can check and make sure the chamber's clear, which you can see that it is. Okay, there's nothing in here at all. It's completely empty. Okay. You don't have to pull the slide all the way back. Okay, you just want to grab it back here just like this. You want to pull it back and you'll feel the barrel unlocking ever so slightly. Mostly what you're feeling is that right there of the slide coming up over the barrel hood. So once you feel that, you pull it back just slightly. Pull down on this tab on the left side and that tab on the right side at the same time. It's grooved. You pull it down. Okay, if your trigger is cocked, which mine was, for me clearing the chamber, you're going to have to pull the trigger. That's probably one of the biggest downsides of a Glock and why you need to make sure that it's actually clear. Okay, so then the slide just comes right off. Now you have it separated into two pieces. You got the frame here and your slide with the barrel and recoil spring here. You set that off to the side, you're done with it. The next thing you want to do is you want to pull the recoil spring out. Now mine does not have a factory recoil spring in it. I've got a stainless steel guide rod from Lone Wolf, blah, 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 so on. Okay, again, this is a 3rd gen, so mine has the older type spring. It's not the dual spring. Same principle though. You just push forward slightly and it comes out. Okay, then you have the barrel left. You pick the barrel, pull the barrel towards you, push it forward, and then come back, and it's out. And that's all there is to field stripping a Glock. Okay, you can take it further than this by driving the pins out and taking all the guts out, the trigger housing and the trigger bar and all that good stuff out of the frame, but it's not necessary to do. It's not a requirement. This is all you have to do to clean it is this right here. And same thing as far as taking the frame down. You can pull the slide plate off and get all the internals out of the slide, but again, it's not necessary. It's not a bad thing to do. Every so often, of course, Glock will have a fit if you're not an armor and you do it, but again, it's not hard to do. I did it well before I was a Glock armor. It's not hard at all. So, although I haven't cleaned this pistol yet, I'm going to reassemble it just so you can see how to reassemble it. Okay, you get the barrel hood goes down, stick it in through the slide first. You can let it go forward. Pull it back and you see it drops and locks into place. Put the recoil spring back in. You can see there's a little half moon cut out where the back of the recoil spring goes. Okay, to get it in, you put it to the front first. You're gonna have to depress the spring ever so slightly, and it'll drop right into the half moon cutout, and your slide's back together. Okay, to get it back on the frame, you can see back here, there's cutouts that fit onto the frame rails of the slide. Okay, stick it onto the front, and make sure you line it up because it will override it, and that's a bit of a bitch to get it back off. You gotta beat it off with a hammer sometimes. So you see it just kind of drops into place. You pull it and it snaps in, and it's all back together. And that's all there is to field stripping a Glock.